What it do? What's the deal? What's good, y'all? This is Shane Kidd, and I'm presenting to you a series called Conscious Creatives, where we focus on mindful living and meaningful work. And so, breaking down the title, conscious has to do with the mind. And so, we're going to be talking about mental health, we're going to be talking about wellness and developing the best version of you. And so, that is where we get into the creative process. Creative is often a time that we use that word for artists and others who do more what we would consider creative work, but also recognizing the everyday person is having to think creatively in some form or fashion. And whether that be you working in IT, being a mathematician, it's like there is some form of process of thinking and ways of having to communicate what you do that you may have to think of innovations, and we want to help you become the best version of you. And yes, I did say we. The reason I say we is because I want to invite others along this journey. And so I'm going to be having guests, and we're going to be dialoguing and discussing just about the idea of mental wellness. And again, what does that mean for us to be our true selves in a way that is, honoring who we are and valuing the world that we're around. And so, again, bringing meaning to the things that we do. And so, just wanting to start off this intro with just recognizing that we all have our wrestles. We all have times that we are very ambivalent about the things that we want to do, that for, the various people that may be coming across this video, that there are some of you that are, trying to figure out your purpose and not knowing where to start. That there are some of y'all that are, feeling like you are in the zone of where you're supposed to be, and you may just need some more motivation to keep on continuing, because there are some times that even with the things that you love, it feels like work, it feels tedious, it feels monotonous, it feels boring. And so we want to be able to bring life to that and continue to reinvigorate you. And then there are those who, may feel confused and feel like you thought you knew what you wanted to do, but now you're trying to figure out, like, is that something I still want to continue? Do I want to move on to somewhere else? Do I want to go into a new direction? And so even just helping, again, whether that be, continuing to help you maintain, or even helping you, recognize it's like, I need to think strategically on how do I transition into the next phase of my life. And so I just want to be able to leave off with this. It's like, no matter where you are and where you're wrestling with, as many of us wrestle with sometimes that superiority, inferiority thing, and we may not say it in those words, but knowing, like, again, we can be hesitant on wanting to come into our own, being afraid of failure, being afraid that it's not perfect, so do I really want to execute this? And that we often go into a space where when we don't initiate, we stay idle, and idleness just leads to us just, not being able to take the opportunity to be able to seize our time to be able to change. But recognizing this is like, if you're deciding to change, it's the perfect time. It is the perfect time. And by the fact that you're making that decision means that you're taking it a step further. And so definitely don't be afraid of failure, because again, failure is not always an obstacle, but it is an opportunity to learn. And the fact is, once you've done that, you now learn from that opportunity, and that loss that you had, it can now be a lesson, and it can help you get further than what you got the first time. And the thing is, you now have wisdom from that first time, and now you can take it into your second attempt, your third attempt, and going forth and going forward into recognizing, like, it isn't just about the wins. It's like, it is also about the losses and what we learn from them. And then even recognizing, again, success comes with responsibility. That continuing to be successful is, we have to accept the fact that we cannot do the same things that we did before. And that means coming into your own. That means coming into the person that you need to be for success to continue to happen. And that means it's like recognizing, what am I doing today to put myself further than where I was yesterday? And so, I hope that you know that, hey, you can do things even if you're nervous, that you're hesitant, that you're scared, that it's about choosing courage. It's about choosing to, even in the midst of fear, that I value where I want to go more so than being afraid of what could go wrong. Think about what can go right. Because if you're able to imagine what can go right, you can also end up in the right direction. Thank you for coming to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see y'all more. Learn, love, live. Peace, y'all.